Hello my dear friends and colleagues. In this video I am going to talk about postmenopausal ovarian cysts. In postmenopausal women, they can present with acute symptoms like nausea, vomiting, acute abdominal pain, which can be because of ovarian cyst accidents like ovarian torsion, rupture or hemorrhage, or they can present with chronic symptoms like abdominal distension, a lump in abdomen, nausea, vomiting, pressure symptoms, or they can be urinary frequency, urgency. So the red flag symptoms are if the lady more than 55 years old presents with symptoms of sudden onset of irritable bowel syndrome like symptoms in the last 12 months, then there should be a high index of suspicion of ovarian malignancy. The red flag symptoms are continuous abdominal pain, pelvic pain, then bloating sensation, urinary frequency, urgency, and appetite changes, decrease in appetite. So, how to evaluate a woman with ovarian cyst in the postmenopausal age? Number one is the CA-125, which is a tumor marker which is of utmost importance, and it is the first line investigation which has to be done. It is followed by the imaging. Transvaginal ultrasound is the most effective way for diagnosis of ovarian cancers. It is followed by transabdominal ultrasound when the cyst is very large and it is occupying the whole abdomen. Sometimes we have to combine TVS and transabdominal ultrasound. The next is CT scan. It has to be done CT abdomen and pelvis. It has to be done once we are suspecting that it is an ovarian cancer and we are finding that the RMI score is high and we are referring to the gynecological oncology. MRI scan is done when the ultrasound is inconclusive and we have to characterize the ovarian cyst. PET scan has no added advantages. Now how to examine her? We have to check her BMI. We have to do the systemic examination, look for pedal edema, jaundice, respiratory system examination, cardiovascular system examination, per abdomen and vaginal examination to characterize the palpable mass and evidence of any lymphadenopathy. We have to follow a flow chart which I am sharing in this video. In a postmenopausal woman, if the cyst is less than 1 centimeter, we don't have to do anything. Just forget about the cyst. But if the cyst is more than or equal to 1 centimeter, then we have to do CA-125 first. Then we have to do transvaginal ultrasound or transabdominal ultrasound in addition to TVS. After this, we calculate the risk of malignancy index, which is a multiplication of three things, that is the postmenopausal status, ultrasound score and CA-125. Now, if the RMI score is less than 200, it means that the risk of malignancy is less. So, how to go about it? If the cyst has all the 5 criteria, that is, it is asymptomatic, it is less than 5 centimeters, it is unilateral, it is unilocular, then we have to do the conservative management, that is, we have to repeat the test after 4 to 6 months. We have to call her after 4 to 6 months, do the ultrasound, do CA-125. If it is resolving, it is very good, then we can discharge the patient. But if it is persistent, then we have to again call her after 4 to 6 months, and if it resolves, that is fine. But if the cyst is increasing in size or new symptoms are appearing, or if there is some change in the characters of the cyst, then we have to do surgery. The surgery is in the form of salpingo-oophorectomy. It can be done laparoscopically or laparotomy also. Now on the second side of the chart, if CA-125 is high, if the RMI score is more than 200 and there is a risk of malignancy. So in this case, first we will do the CT scan, CT abdomen and pelvis, and we refer her to the gynae oncology team and she will be taken care by the multidisciplinary team. They will decide whether there is a high risk of malignancy or there is a low probability of malignancy. So in this case, we will do the full staging laparotomy and we will do the midline incision. We'll assess all the organs. If there any presence of ascites is there, the fluid is taken for cytology. Then we do the surgery in the form of total abdominal hysterectomy with bilateral salpingoophorectomy with omentectomy, and we take out the biopsy from the suspicious areas. So this is the management of a postmenopausal ovarian cyst. So if you like the content of this channel, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.